aren't we just offering them amnesty? That's unfair. This is another thing that we're hearing a lot. You're just offering them amnesty. It's unfair to the people who are in the line. Let me tell you a little bit about Senate Bill 744, what it allows, what it requires, and how it works. I hope you will leave tonight equipped to answer any question. If someone says, I'm against amnesty, I want you to know what's in the bill that the Senate has produced. First, I want to talk about what Senate Bill 744 allows. One of the most important parts of the bill is it creates something called registered provisional status. The other name for that is a blue card. It creates a blue card system in addition to the green card system. A registered provisional status. What it does, it allows people who are here illegally to come out of the shadows. And what it gives them three things. It gives them legal status. They don't have to be afraid of being deported. It gives them the permission to work, and it gives them permission to travel to and from their home country. If they're here illegally, it's been 15 years since they've been home to see their parents, but they're afraid to go, they can go back to Mexico, see mom and dad, and then come back and continue working. That's what it allows. Here's what it requires. It requires fines, about $3,500 in fines. They're debating whether it will require back taxes right now. It requires a criminal background check. Here's how the system works. Anyone who's here undocumented right now could immediately come forward and get a blue card. That would allow them to work in the United States for 6 years. They would have to pay fines, they would have to pass a criminal background check, and then they could work for 6 years. At the end of that 6 years, they can apply for another blue card. And they get another criminal background check, they pay more fines, they work 6 more years, and they still are not in the process for citizenship. So that's 12 years now that have passed. Then there are two things that have to happen for the process to continue. If we have gotten through the backlog of people who are trying to get green cards legally, if we've gotten through that backlog, and if we've met border security goals, then they can apply for a green card. And the green card lasts for 3 years. And to get the green card, they have to pay more fines, they have to have a clean criminal record, they have to learn English, and they have to pass a U.S. citizen and government test. And if they've done all of that, 15 years have passed, we've gotten through the backlog of people who are trying to, who've been in line to come legally, we've dealt with border security, then they can begin a process of moving toward naturalization. So when people talk about a path to citizenship, that is the path. It's not handed to people. It's a long, difficult process. And when I talk to immigrants, particularly when I talk to Latino people about this bill, the biggest concern that they have is the fear of deportation. I talked to a pastor in my hometown, Springfield. He has a Latino congregation. And he said, people in my congregation are afraid to come to church because they know that if they're involved in a fender bender, they could be deported. And that's the biggest concern for many of the people who are here. There are 12 million undocumented people in the United States. 45% of them did not sneak across the border. They overstayed their visa. So when you hear the numbers of undocumented people, they're about 12 million. 45% of them came in as students. They came in as tourists, they came on a work visa, but when their time ended up, they overstayed.